My name's Alexandria, and I was 13 years old the night my father threw me into a blizzard to die. Dad, please! I didn't touch Mom's stuff, I swear! I was backing toward the front door, my father's face twisted into something I'd never seen before.
Don't you lie to me!
He grabbed my arm, his fingers digging in.
Darren saw you. He said you were in the attic going through the boxes.
He's lying! Dad, why would I destroy Mom's wedding dress? I loved her! My brother Darren stood behind our father, 17 years old and smirking just slightly.
I told you what I saw, Dad. She was up there with scissors. The jewelry box was already smashed when I went up.
That's not true. Darren, why are you doing this? Dad's hand connected with my face. I'd never been hit before.
You destroyed the only things I had left of your mother, and you're going to stand there and blame your brother?
Mr. Carson, maybe we should all calm down. That was Nolan Perry, Dad's best friend from down the street. He'd been there for dinner when Dad found the destroyed items.
Alexandria's just a kid. Maybe there's an explanation. The explanation is she's a destructive little liar.
Dad yanked open the front door. Snow and wind howled into the house.
Get out.
Dad, it's a blizzard out there. You can't...
I said get out.
He shoved me through the doorway. I wasn't wearing a coat.
You want to destroy this family? You can freeze for all I care. Gerald, this is crazy.
Nolan moved toward the door.
She'll die out there. Should have thought about that before she tore up Cheryl's dress.
Dad slammed the door in my face. I pounded on it, screaming, Dad! Daddy, please! I didn't do it! Please let me back in! Through the window I could see Darren's face. He was watching me, and he wasn't smirking anymore. He looked satisfied. Our eyes met and he turned away. Please! I'm sorry! I'm sorry for whatever you think I did! Just let me in! The porch light went off. I don't know how long I stood there. My fingers went numb first, then my face. The wind cut through my t-shirt and jeans like knives. I tried the door handle. Locked. I tried the garage door. Also locked. Every window on the first floor was latched from inside. I stumbled off the porch and started walking. Mrs. Kowalski's house was 4 houses down. I could barely see through the snow, but I knew if I could just get there. My legs gave out twice. The second time I didn't think I could get up. The cold felt different now, almost warm. I knew that was bad. Then I saw Mrs. Kowalski's porch light, and I crawled the last 20 feet. She opened the door before I could knock. Dear God, child, get in here right now! She wrapped blankets around me, her hands shaking as she rubbed my arms. What happened? Where's your father? He threw me out. My teeth were chattering so hard I could barely speak. He thinks I destroyed Mom's things, but I didn't. Darren did it. He blamed me. That's ridiculous. Gerald would never. She stopped when she saw my face. He did, didn't he? Can I stay here? Just tonight? Mrs. Kowalski's expression shifted into something fierce. You're staying as long as you need to, sweetheart. Let me call your Aunt Vivian. Aunt Vivian arrived 2 days later. The blizzard had made the roads impassable. I can't believe my own brother did this. She was packing my few belongings that Mrs. Kowalski had retrieved from our house. Dad refused to come to the door. Cheryl would be horrified. Has he called? I already knew the answer. No, honey, I'm sorry. Mrs. Kowalski stood in the doorway. Alexandria, your father came by yesterday. I told him exactly what I thought of him. Half the neighborhood knows what he did. What did he say? Nothing worth repeating, but Darren was with him. That boy looked smug, I'll tell you that much. Just stood there while your father tried to defend himself. Did he try to defend me? Not once. Just kept saying you'd made your choice and he'd made his. Mrs. Kowalski's voice was bitter. I told him the only choice made here was his, and it was the wrong one. Vivian touched my shoulder. We need to go, sweetie. It's a long drive to Michigan. Mrs. Kowalski, thank you for... You stop that. I should have called the police on your father. She hugged me tight. You have my number. You call me any time, you hear? The drive to Michigan took 11 hours. Vivian tried to make conversation, but I mostly stared out the window. Your father might come around, she said quietly. Once he calms down and thinks clearly. I don't care if he does. She glanced at me. Alexandria. He chose to believe Darren over me. He hit me. He threw me outside to die. My voice was flat. I don't have a father anymore. 3 months later, Dad started calling. Vivian always asked if I wanted to talk to him. I always know. He says he wants to explain, Vivian told me after the 5th call. He sounds sorry, honey. Did he say Darren lied? Well, no, but then I don't want to hear it. The calls kept coming. After a year, they slowed down. After 2 years, they mostly stopped. Darren never called once. I threw myself into school. Straight A's, scholarships, college at 16. I legally changed my last name to Vivian's, Torres, instead of Carson. I built a life that had nothing to do with my father or brother. When I was 23, Vivian handed me a wedding invitation. It came yesterday. Your brother's getting married. I threw it in the trash without opening it. Alexandria, maybe it's time. No. Holding on to anger like this. I'm not angry, Aunt Viv. I just don't care. They're strangers to me now. She sighed. Your father has health problems. He might not have much time. Then he'll die knowing he destroyed his daughter's life over a lie he refused to question. I was 26 when Mrs. Kowalski called. I almost didn't answer the unknown Ohio number. Alexandria, it's Martha Kowalski. I hope you don't mind. Vivian gave me your number. Mrs. Kowalski, is everything okay? I'm fine, dear, but I thought you should know something. Your brother was arrested last week. My hand tightened on the phone. For what? Drunk and disorderly. He destroyed property at some bar downtown. But that's not why I'm calling. She paused. His fiancée left him, broke off the engagement. That's his 2nd engagement, right? 3rd, actually. But this girl, Simone, she's been talking. She came to my house yesterday looking for your father's address. She wanted to tell him something about Darren. What did she say? She said Darren admitted to her that he destroyed your mother's things. Said he did it during a fight with your father about curfew, lost his temper, and went up to the attic and just started destroying things. Then when your dad found it, Darren panicked and blamed you. The room tilted. He told his fiancée this? Apparently he was drunk and crying about his arrest. Kept saying, I did it again, I always do this, just like I did to Mom's stuff. Simone pressed him about it, and he confessed the whole thing. Said he'd been carrying the guilt for years, but was too scared to tell your father the truth. Does my father know? Simone tried to tell him. He slammed the door in her face, told her she was lying, that she was just trying to make excuses for Darren's behavior. But she's been telling everyone in town who'll listen. Your father's church group knows, his work friends know, the whole neighborhood knows. Good. Alexandria, your father tried calling me yesterday. I didn't answer. But I saw him at the grocery store this morning, and he looks terrible. People were whispering. He knows they know. I think reality is finally hitting him. 13 years too late. I thought you deserved to know the truth is finally out. After we hung up, I sat in my apartment and felt absolutely nothing. No relief, no vindication, just empty. My phone rang an hour later, blocked number. Alexandria, please don't hang up, it's Dad. I almost did, but something made me answer. What do you want? I know you probably heard about Darren, about what he told Simone. His voice cracked. Baby, I am so sorry. Don't call me baby. You gave up that right. Please, I need you to understand. Understand what? That you believed a 17-year-old boy over your 13-year-old daughter? That you hit me? That you threw me into a blizzard without a coat? My voice was ice. Tell me what I'm supposed to understand, Gerald. Don't call me that. I'm your father. You stopped being my father the second you chose him over me. I made a mistake. I was grieving. I wasn't thinking clearly. You had 13 years to think clearly. You had 13 years to call Darren a liar. You had 13 years to come get me. I was pacing now. Every Christmas, every birthday, every single day, you could have chosen to believe me. You never did. Darren was so convincing. I was your daughter. I needed you to be convinced of me. I heard my voice rising and forced it steady. Why are you calling now? Because the neighborhood knows the truth? Because people are talking about you? Because I can't live with what I did to you. Then don't. I've been living with it for 13 years, so now it's your turn. Alexandria, please. I'm sick. The doctors say I might have a year, maybe less. I need to make this right before I... You can't make it right. That 13-year-old girl you threw away? She died in that blizzard. I'm someone else now. Vivian appeared in my doorway, concern on her face. I waved her away. Can I see you? Just once? I'll come to Michigan. I'll go anywhere. No. I'm begging you. Did I beg? Did I pound on that door and scream for you to let me back in? Did I call you for years trying to tell you the truth? Yes, I did all those things, and you're ignored me. I sat down on my couch. Now you know how it feels. What about Darren? Don't you want to hear him apologize? Is he on this call? No, but... Then he's not apologizing. He's hiding because he's a coward, just like he's always been. And you're calling because you want to feel better about yourself before you die. This isn't about me. It never was. That's not fair. You're right. It's not fair. It wasn't fair when I was 13 either. I stood up. Don't call me again. Don't write. Don't send Vivian messages. I survived being thrown away by you once. I became someone successful and happy without you. That's the only ending you get. Alexandria, I love you. I always loved you. You loved the idea of me, the version of me that would forgive you and make you feel better about your choices. But that person doesn't exist. My voice was calm now. The real me? You threw her out 13 years ago and never looked back. That's not true. I thought about you every day. But you never once thought maybe you were wrong. That's the difference. I ended the call and blocked the number. Vivian came in and sat beside me. Are you okay? I'm fine. Better than fine, actually. I looked at her. I meant what I said. I'm happy. I have a career I love, friends who actually care about me, and you. That's more than Gerald Carson deserves to know about. 2 weeks later, Mrs. Kowalski sent me a text. Your father had a stroke. He's in the hospital. Darren hasn't visited once. I deleted the message. 6 months after that, the funeral invitation arrived. I didn't open it. Vivian stood in my kitchen while I made coffee. You're allowed to feel something, you know. He was still your father. No, he wasn't. He made that choice a long time ago, and I'm just honoring it. I poured 2 cups. The man who was my father died the night he believed a lie over his own daughter. Whatever Gerald Carson felt about me these last 13 years doesn't change what he did when it mattered. She studied my face. And you really feel okay with this? I thought about that 13-year-old girl crawling through the snow, fingers too numb to feel anything. Yeah, Aunt Viv, I really do. When someone tells you they believe someone else over you without even asking your side of the story, do you owe them forgiveness just because they finally learned the truth? Or did they already tell you everything you needed to know about where you stand with them that first time
They chose not to believe you.